Yo, Skull Crashing Finale here, back with another video, and I haven't had a WWE video in quite a while, and I'm really sorry for that. It's been because I've been on holiday. Now this one should be something, the title should be like Top 10 Best Gimmick Changes in WWE History. Now, if you haven't realised, I'm not 40, 30, even 20 years old. So, the gimmick changes, I will not be talking about gimmick changes that happened in the 80s, 70s, because I'm not an expert of it. But early 90s, I've looked it up, I know my stuff. Okay, if you disagree, just tell me below. It's alright if you disagree. Number 10, Booker T. Now, I'm talking about... Right, when I, sorry, just before I continue, when I, rate these, I'm judging the gimmick changes on the impact that they had, after the change and how I liked the new gimmick compared to it, okay? Right, so Booker T. Now, the impact it made on his career was quite a big impact because Booker T, I'm talking about Booker T's gimmick change to King Booker, because before this gimmick change he was mid-card tag team wrestler. And then this gimmick change took him to the upper card. And World Heavyweight Champion again. I know he was World Champion before, but I'm talking about 2004 sort of area when he had to change. But the change, I didn't really like his new gimmick. It didn't really appeal to me, but you cannot deny that it worked wonders for him because he became World Champion. Pretty simple. Number 9, Randy Orton. I'm talking about the cocky heel evolution Randy Orton and the Viper, the one that strike out of nowhere. Now, see, the impact it made, a bit of impact. I reckon if he still had that cocky heel evolution one, he would probably not still be in the upper cards. I think it would have got a bit boring after a while. It was starting to get stale. I liked the change. This is why it's quite high. And yeah. Number 8, Hulk Hogan. Now, this one's pretty obvious. It was the bow, 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 bow. From the red and yellow to the brown, 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 brown. The NWO. 1990. I might get these dates wrong. If I get them right, you've got to be impressed. 1993. Something called Bash. Rings off my tongue. Something. It was WCW event, an event that shook the whole wrestling world when Hulk Hogan turned heel, and it was good because he was starting to get a bit stale in the red and yellow, and it was interesting to see another side of the face of wrestling at the time. Whether you like him or not, he was the face of wrestling. 7. This is the most recent one on the list, and it is CM Punk, and that is the leader of the Nexus to become the voice of the voiceless. There's another word to describe him. The Second City Savior or something. No, the Second City Saint. That's what they call him, isn't it? I absolutely adore CM Punk's new gimmick. CM Punk is my favourite at the moment. And Great gimmick. It's taken him from upper mid card to upper card, and it's made a good impact. So good impact, and I like the change. That's why it's above Hulk Hogan, because it probably made more of an impact on his career than Hogan's did. Number 6. This also happens quite not so long ago, and that is R-Truth. I'm talking about the what's up to becoming the Little Jimmy, Little Jenny, Big Jimmy, and whoever else is conspiring against him. Really like the new gimmick, and the new gimmick is so much better than the last one, and its impact on his career has been great because he was a face, he was getting booed as a face by some people. People were expecting him, wouldn't have been surprised really if he was fired in the spring cleaning, but the new gimmick, the new change has taken him to a lower upper carder, I'd say. Yeah. Number 5. Chris Jericho. You don't get bigger than this. Absolutely. Let me take this off, it's hurting my head. Chris Jericho, he is my favourite wrestler of all time, and I couldn't really leave him out, even though it didn't have much of an impact. I absolutely adore his new gimmick. His last gimmick, and that is the change from Y2J is coming to the suited anarchist. No, I always forget the way to describe him, but great parasites, hypocrites. Just love his promos, and it really is a good gimmick. And it did take him, I'd say, to a upper middle carder to a upper carder. Right. Now we're getting on to the last 4. Number 4, and you can't disagree with this one. People might not like him, but it is John Bradshaw Layfield. I'm talking about Bradshaw to JBL. Now, if you don't know, this happened in about 2004, I'm pretty sure. And Bradshaw was in a team with Farouk in the APA, and something about Eric Bischoff, I think, was firing. No, Eric Bischoff fired Farouk, but didn't fire JBL, and JBL didn't protest against it. Didn't stand up for Farouk. It turned him heel, and instead of being like this, his whole gimmick changed into a business millionaire. Come out with when you think of the limo and the cowboy hat. Great. And great heel, the longest serving SmackDown World Heavyweight Champion, or World Champion in total. He had some good promos, like one that really sticks in my mind is the one which was really politically incorrect. JBL was when he stood on the Mexican-American border, and he was hunting down Mexicans coming across the border. I thought that was pretty funny. But, yeah. Number 3. And this is where it gets interesting. And this one is the Ringmaster to Stone Cold Steve Austin. King of the Ring 1996, if that's right. He won the King of the Ring, which was quite a shock. And he did this promo where Austin 316 was born. And his career propelled from there. He went into becoming a Texas rattlesnake, an anti-hero, shall we say. Yeah, similar to CM Punk now. But I think he was still heel, and he turned face against... no, he became the anti-hero when in the match against Bret Hart. But, you know what I mean, it propelled his career, and it wouldn't be Stone Cold today. He wouldn't be in that position if they didn't have the gimmick change. Number 2. Now this one was hard to not put as number 1, but number 1, I think you might agree with me. Triple H. The blue... What was he? He was like some... I forgot the name for him. Connecticut Blue Blood? I think it is. And he wore a suit and very posh. It was a terrible gimmick. And he became the Triple H we know today, with the sledgehammer, and he was in real trouble with that gimmick. And if he didn't become friends, I'm not saying Triple H isn't a great talent, but if he didn't become friends with Shawn Michaels, he may have never been the Triple H we know today. I think it's hard to disagree with that, but Triple H definitely deserves all the accolades he's got in his career. And great gimmick. Triple H has won. Much bigger change. It took him from, like R-Truth, really. He was on the same level as R-Truth, probably lower than R-Truth, to becoming one of the greatest of all time. Number 1. Now, this one might be controversial, I don't know. But I think it's quite hard to disagree with it when I tell you why. I am talking about The Rock. I'm talking about his change from Rocky Maivia to The Rock. Now, Rocky Maivia was a face, and he debuted at Survivor Series 1996, and he was having a hard time, even though he was a third generation superstar, having a hard time. He was getting booed out the arena. For someone that's a face, that is the worst thing that can happen. They absolutely hated him. Then they completely changed his gimmick to the Rock we know today, and he started to show his charismatic side, and he never looked back. He changed heel, showed his charismatic side through there. Heel and face, one of the greatest of all time. It's hard to disagree with that. So I'm Skull Crashing Finale, and peace out.